Hello and welcome back to the Let's Play for Quepland, a browser text-based adventure game. All the game links are going to be down in the description. Like currently I'm playing this on congregate.com. This one is a rather new game, so you might want to find your way to this as well. And the last part, we were just doing all the basics, like we now know how to get some copper, get some knives, get some stuff like that. And in this part, I want to try to get a better net, at least one, probably two, so we can increase our value rather quick in case of getting better in fishing and get the most out of it based on particular skills, as well as find our way through the swamp and later on get even better content in total. Like also increase or go further into the story and make our way into I don't know, maybe soon in the wasteland and so on and so forth. There are several things to discover in here as well. Okay, so currently I'm located in, I believe, Quepple Cave River. That's where I go, and I try to find now a a better net. And meanwhile, I try to find this. I want to get or try to increase my strengths, my deftness, and of course one of my weapon skills over here, like axeman, swordman. Swordman is later on easier to farm than here, so maybe I'm gonna increase my hammership over here to increase my inventory space as well. So, and meanwhile, we're gonna get some drops. We're gonna sell all these drops, no matter what it is going to be, which we are dropping, and probably sooner or later we find a small net. This is going to be some time-intensive farming over here, but we need to do this because, of course, we want to increase our value in case of fishing, and as well as we need to increase our value in case of inventory space anyway, so we can take our hammer, which we just crafted in the smithy, and go and farm for it. So, and this is the first place where you can do this. The downside is, since we don't have any auto battle at the moment, this is going to take quite some time before we are able to, yeah, to get our hands onto at least a small one, or probably a large, or even a medium one. Whichever net we can get our hand on is better than having no net. So, and it is said that the copper is, for example, going to be one of the best ways to get one. So probably we're gonna try to find copper the whole time, like this guy's over here, and just hit our hammer onto them. So we're gonna hit them quite hard. Also, the fishmen are going to drop it, but I don't know the complete correct drop rates of these. And of course, it's possible that you get damage from these guys. So you might want to get one of these rolls over here, whichever you find, and eat them meanwhile you're farming your way through. If you die, it doesn't matter because it happens, and it also gives you quite some good experience in case of your HP experience, which needs a lot, I mean really a lot of experience to level this one up. So it's taking quite some time over there. So, and everything which we are dropping over here, and stuff we don't need later on, we're gonna bank in as well as sell to any vendor. There are several ones which are coming on our route through or until we are hitting the wasteland, or even further where we are getting our hands onto an auto seller from the bank, like he can basically sell everything. But this is quite a big road we need to go on, and yeah, make our way through it. But once we are good enough in fishing, and once again we or whenever we are able to go to the tuna fishing spot, then we are absolutely good to go. And once again, it doesn't really matter if we are losing HP over here because we get something in return, and it doesn't matter. The only downside is whenever we die, we don't get any drop. So this is the only downside over here. So once again, we can keep on go with a fishman over here. We are almost able to one hit KO that fishman. Also, you can see carving knife became active over here. So whenever we find something out of wood, of course, we can carve stuff into. But as you probably know already, you don't find anything over here which can be carved, since here are no tree men or anything which are probably dropping any kind of wood. So this is not at this place. It is just not possible. So once again, whenever we get our hand into or onto a newer net or a better net than the first one, we can basically go forward and do different stuff because we are faster. The efficiency is way higher, and in the long run, we're gonna earn quite some good amount of money. Meanwhile, we are doing so. When you get a manta ray roll while farming here, please make sure to eat it because, as you can see, this one ticks 500 down, and it gives us 3 experience points until, I mean, while we are fighting over here, and this over a time of 500 seconds. So you might want to get your hands onto one. Of course, they just drop randomly over here. And meanwhile, this is active. We don't need to fear actually death, but we still get damage since we are using a hammer at the moment, or I'm using a hammer. But on the long run, once again, this mental rolls are going to be insanely help in healing up as well as increasing your HP as well as increasing, yeah, your health, like your HP pool over here, over a rather long amount of time. There are also several other rolls which are going to be eatable here, which you can find. And once again, we need to go on with all of that and keep on. Maybe we're gonna try to make it only on Kappa, since Kappa has a bigger probability, or probably the only probability, to drop a magic net over here. I haven't been lucky with that in the past, but probably you are. So maybe you want to stick onto Fishman, Manfish, and Kappa, as I said before. Again, I try to now get only after Kappa. When I don't find a Kappa, I try to find a new one. So I can click over here multiple times. This probably takes some time until you find a Kappa because it's also based on luck. You're gonna get different fish types, which you can later on sell in the store, as well as we have a good chance to get at least one better net, like a small or medium one would be super helpful already. So I try to once again keep on farming Kappa only, and probably sooner or later I might be able to get my hand onto at least one better net, better than the first net we can buy in the store. It's nothing bad about this net that we get at first, but the next net, whatever it is super good. I mean, way better. The large net, for example, gives you a 60% efficiency. The medium net gives you a 40% efficiency, as well as the medium on a small one probably gives you a 20% efficiency in case of yeah, fishing. What does it mean is you can fish super fast. Trust me, you cannot you will fill your inventory so quick that you don't know what's going on over there, especially when you go for small fish but have a large net. So again, I have no idea what are the drop rates of on each of these guys. Probably Kappa is not the one you want to go after, but I know they are at least dropping nets. So, but also it is said once again that Fishman and Manfish are going to drop nets over here. So once again, this is a play like a RNG play. You want to, yeah, start to go into. Once again, I can also go for after Fishman, I can go after Manfish, and I know this takes most of the time of you. If you if you want to save time, the best way you can do is to pick your copper knife and just mash through. But once again, you might want to take the hammer first for quite some time to increase your hammership a bit. Later on, you will find other enemies which are boosting this one way better than these guys over here. In this case, it's going to be the swamp where you want to make your way through until you find the battle place. And in there, there's a 700 HP monster, which you can hit down with the hammer, and you will do at first very good damage. And a second, they're gonna drop some pretty decent things like decent weapons or decent tools like iron tools and stuff like that. Just meanwhile farming these guys. So once again, I'm gonna try to get at least one net in this session, one better net. So Fishman, Manfish, and Kappa are my first goal over here. Then we're gonna make, I believe, I'm gonna make my way to the swamp, and probably also through the swamp to get the possibility to level my weapons quite fast, or even faster in this case, to increase once again the value, or my value, in case of inventory space. So hammer shield level 27, pretty decent already. So what you can also see, I already have a good strength over here. Strength is increasing quite good over here, and that means meanwhile we are going to do all of that, we gonna yeah, get more inventory space, meanwhile using the hammer. I want to make one test in a second. And by the way, there we go. We got a medium net. Very lucky over here. What you can see, medium net has now a damage of 4. Damage can be ignored, but the gather efficiency is 40% of the medium net. And this is what you want to go after. Once again, there is a large net, which is way better than the medium net. But the medium net now can give you quite some decent amount of speed. Once again, if you get a magic net, this is going to be the best way to level up fishing. Okay, since we got what I got what I wanted, I gonna make sure that I get rid of everything I don't need over here. Make sure you don't sell by any case your medium net, of course, as well as try to not sell anything because you are unable to get it back. Just take care that you bank everything you don't need to. I'm gonna bank my stuff over here. I got another 1,000 coins already, and now I believe I'm gonna keep on taking at least my hammer with me and the medium net. So, case of fishing. Now we can go and fish a sunfish, which will give you, if you're gonna check out the documents, quite some good amount of XP in case of fishing, and a good amount of gold because we can fill up our free inventory space in like no time. Once again, I bank in, I guess, all my carving tools and everything I don't need to have at least this amount free. So, and now I've tried to find sunfish. And as you can see in Quepland Woods, we can go for sunfish and we can just throw our net. Don't forget to equip the medium net for full efficiency. And now what you can see, in like no time, our fish amount should fill up quite fast, faster than 1 per second. It should be rather quick to fill up the sunfish over here, and we should increase our value rather quick over here as well. Once again, we are fishing already level 9 right now, and you can see that meanwhile we are fishing for the sunfish, and hover over, we get 22 EXP per fish we gonna catch over here. And sometimes there are rather huge jumps in case of that fishing probability. And we also, whenever we are selling sunfish, get some quite good amount of coins, which means later on we gonna get some other guys, like some other gnomes, which are going to pick up the fish for us and bring them back to the storage or to the bank, so we can yeah, get even more fish over a long or good amount of time. So once again, the best choice you're gonna get here, or the best way, might be getting a large net. This is going to be taking quite some time until we're gonna get this one over here. Medium net already took like a 10 to 15 minutes farming, I would say, because we were farming before as well. It can take quite some time. If you end up with a small net, you can, maybe you want to go and keep on looking for better nets. Once again, to increase free space, absolutely necessary anyways. So, and once you have completely yeah, once you've made completely through all the sunfish, as you can see, each is selling for 3, and 3 times 6 is going to be 180. So we get 180 coins over there just for farming these little fishes for a small amount of time. And that's what we can go and continue with. We can keep on going until we are able to fish the next better fish. In this case, it's the angry crab, level 11. As you can see, we can already do this. So probably we want to take a look and see if we find this already anywhere on our way, or maybe here inside the river, or somewhere else, or maybe in the swampland. Nope. Swamp wood. Also not. I have no idea where the angry crab is going to be, but once again, you can also keep on going with other stuff. So this is how we can make rather simple, rather quick money. So I'm gonna go for another round of sunfish since it's not taking too much time over there to farm this. And Once I'm done with that, I probably end up with like 1,460 coins or something like that, which is not too much actually, but probably gives us a good possibility to later on go forward and probably get some other items, as well as maybe getting some fish rolls or some fish roll sushi to boost something we can make use of, as well as go later on forward into the story. And I believe we're gonna go to the swamp um, after, I don't know, rather soon, I guess. So once again, you need to wait until your inventory is full again. Once again, the sooner your inventory space increases, the better, because you can, yeah, farm quite fast for everything, and you can keep on fighting, for example, for a rather long amount of time as well. So I just need to wait for not more than 8 seconds over here to get my stuff done over there. I'm not quite sure what's north through the trees, but probably we're gonna want to go into wood chopping rather quick as well, just to make sure we're gonna make our way to this point over there. So maybe we can continue from this point to another place which is of interest. So I go to Tapas pretty quick and sell all my sunfish. I have almost 1,500 coins, which is pretty good already. And we can also think about getting any other gnome, which is probably helping us out quite some bit. So I go to my bank and grab my copper knife over here. I make sure I deposit my medium net over there, and probably I'll also get rid of my hammer since I currently don't need this, but I want to make sure that I chop more wood. And in case of wood cutting, I can already get that oak logs. I don't know where they are, so I just click through upper mount over here and just go and chop more wood until I can probably hit level 25 for sugar maple logs, as well as I can pass the one which we were which was requested to go and pass forward basically into any other area, I guess. So, and there will be several of these areas which you need to unlock with different skills. Like for some, you need to have a swordsmanship of level 55, which can be actually yeah, you can actually go to level 50 rather quick. I'm gonna show you in a moment how. And whenever you eat a sushi roll, a shrimp roll, you can increase your swordsmanship level to +5, which makes you through that particular, yeah, gap, I would say, where you need to have at least 55 swordsmanship. But once again, this is rather fast to level, and I'm gonna show you the first level spot in a moment whenever we are able to pass to this particular point. So I want to make sure that I upgrade my wood cutting pretty quick a bit over here. Once again, I'm gonna take all this oak logs, gonna sell them for $8 later on, or whenever my inventory is full. Probably I need to make a second round over here for my wood cutting skill to level 25, I believe it was, which is not just unlocking that sugar maple again, but also gives us a possibility to pass by to one of these locations over there. But as you can see, wood cutting also increases quite fast as long as you go with the best way you can, or the best, yeah, wood you can actually chop your way through. Once again, all these skills are here and there used later on to unlock several different areas or probably pass by something else. Same for deftness and strength. Same for hammership. Hammership is also later on needed within, I believe, at least level 35. I'm not quite sure, but I guess. So where you need to smash your hammer through something or to enter another area and so on. And all of that is going to happen quite some time. Meanwhile, you make your way through once again to the city of Thu, I guess, or Tsu, TSU, which is going to be, I believe, one of the latest areas at the moment, or the last areas where you can also get your auto banker, a gnome later on for 777,777 coins, which you of course need to make first. So go to that, and I sell off all of my logs. Gave me quite some money over here, pretty decent. And once again, I cannot go through because I need, once again, wood cutting level 25. So I'm gonna chop more oak trees over here. I believe just that one more round, whenever my spaces are full in the inventory, I'm absolutely able to pass that. Yeah, pass that area, since I'm currently level 23 and 25 shouldn't be too far away from that, as I see. Since once again we need only 400, and we get per log, we get 35 EXP over there. Also, we're gonna make sure that later on we are able to go to sugar maple logs as well as all the other ones. Sooner or later you may or may not reach those points, depends on what you're doing, but I believe we only upgrade things however we need them, and later on we're going to invest more into skills we like fishing, for example, is one of these skills you will increase rather fast and rather soon whenever you have the possibility to do so. So level 24 wood cutting, and we'll unlock hopefully soon at level 25 a new area for us where we can continue going on. Once again, you want to make sure that you are at least doing everything which is marked green on the map, on the side map over here, with this little green spots, and there's a number inside, like how many things you can do at this particular spot to unlock new areas, for example, to pass by. And also they tell you what you need to do to pass a specific area, and so on and so forth. So, and also there's some guy which is going to tell us what we need to do to pass the swamp, for example. So if you are in riddles, that is going to be one of them. So he's only telling us the riddle whenever we hit some particular point, to tell us how we need to pass the swamp. Or you can once again go into the chat, ask there, or you go to the docs, which I have linked below in the description, and you're gonna check that out as well. So you're gonna see how to pass by or go through the swamp. So as you can see, my wood cutting level is now 25. I can take my axe and chop something different. My gather efficiency is not quite good with that axe, but we're gonna get a better one soon, which should be a bronze axe. So we're gonna get this by drop as fastest, basically, because our smithing tools will take quite some time, and smithing is nothing you want to take care of in the very beginning, except for the first copper knife, or at least all the copper weapons at all. So, two more logs, and I'm going to be done over here with my wood cutting, at least for the moment. I'm gonna go to tappers once again, sell all of these logs, so I have 2,000, almost 2,500 over here. And now let's see where we go when we are heading north through the trees. What you can see is we entered Rocky Shore Beach, and this is going to be, as you can see, a completely new area over here where we can gather seaweed to make our own rolls of fish, like our own sushi rolls, to increase culinary arts. We're gonna maybe discover this one in another video, or probably you already know this, of course, as well as we can walk along the beach. And now you can see we can charter a ship to somewhere, we can try fishing on a bridge, and we can go to the docks. Also, here we can get our first fishing helper, which is helping us up until level 10 fish. We are past the fishing skill level 10 already, but probably want to take and invest in him. I believe it's not so helpful. And also we can go to the Rocky Shore House of Fish, where we can purchase fishes to actually make sushi if we like to, or we catch them on our own, or we gonna sell our stuff in here as well. Later on, there's also the Fisherman Shack, which we can speak to the strange man. And as you can see, the strange man now says, want to start, no choice of course, 1, 2, travel through, 1, 1, 3, 3, 2, 2. And this is the code which is going to bring us through the swamp. So it's 1, 1, 2, then 1, 1, 3, 3, 2, 2. This is going to be the code we're going to make use of in the swamp. So let's try this out. We go to the Great Swamp, Swampland, and in this is going to be probably Swamp Wood, and in here we find the Lost Swamp. Sorry about the scrolling in here because sometimes stuff is not rather goodly seen and I forget to use this auto scroll bar over here. So the riddle once again said 1, 1 again, then it says 2, then it says 3, I guess. Well, I'm probably gonna check it out once again. I believe it's 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, or just maybe it's not 2. Let's see. 1 to start. Okay, let me leave here and try again. So I go to the swamp again, swamp wood, the lost swamp. So once again, he says 1 to start. So then he says no choice. Then he say 1, 2. So 1, 2. Then he says 1, 1. And then he says 3, 3. And now he says 2 and 2. So what we're gonna do is we unlock this riddle because we saw that already from this strange guy over there. And what we can now is we go see what it is. And what we find is a strange old hut in the middle of the Great Swamp over here. What we can do is later on we can carve a totem to increase our woodworking if we like to. We're gonna find a mine for coal, which we need later on for making steel, as well as the earth hole, which is going to be another one where we can do alchemy on later. And also we're gonna be able to, let me scroll down again to the strange old hut. We can also say we want to go around the hill and we find a battle place. And this battle place in Swamp Lake, this is going to be where you probably want to battle quite some time to increase all your weapon skills. For example, we can equip the axe over here. I'm gonna equip it, and we go battle. We find a battle, and there are some Tokalosh, and there are some swamp creatures, but also there's one dude which has like 700 HP. This one, the Mepinguari. And meanwhile, we are hitting this guy down. We're gonna get everything, whatever we can do in case of damage, into our axemanship, for example. As you can see, I leveled twice just by hitting this guy with my axe, by just doing the damage to him. And meanwhile, you hit this guy down. Of course, you're gonna take quite some HP lows over here, but still, what you get is a good amount of EXP for all your weapons. It doesn't really matter which one you're gonna make use of. And there are also some weapons which are going to be better or quicker. I died, so that's okay. I'm gonna try to find this guy again. Also, we can fight Kappa here for getting a fish net, probably another one. But the Mapinguari is going to be the one you want to go after to increase all your skills over here. You have a lot of space in here. He also, by the way, drops quite some decent stuff, so which is absolutely necessary to farm through later on. And also you can increase your hammership over here super fast. I believe it was the hammer guy. I died, but this is not so important over here. Oh, I didn't want to go to the tree-man. Tokolosh, by the way, drops some elements for alchemy. So I try to find another Mapinguari and try to increase my axemanship just a bit. And meanwhile we are doing that, of course, we increase our strengths because we are hitting something. It's maybe not the best way to increase strength with the axe, but you are absolutely able to do so, as you can see. Also, once again, we increase axemanship and we get some arrows from the Mapinguari. He is dropping some other stuff as well, which I'm currently not quite sure about. I believe there are 1 or 2 different drops of this guy, but still, for that one, you only want to go here to increase all your weapon ships over here. I'm gonna show you with a sword in just a second. And there's also another one, which is not located here, but in another place, who has like 1500 HP, which you can take your hammer and slam on it to get some good amount of XP. Okay, so let me take my hammer. And probably I want to get one copper and get a copper sword over here. So I'll probably go to the cave smithy and make a copper bar. Remove the copper bar, and I maybe want to make a copper sword. I have an axe already. Gonna cool this down, take this with me, and I go back to the Great Swamp Lake. Go find a battle. Maybe I want to actually once again equip now the copper sword. The damage will not be that high, but we can try to do some damage to the Muppin Quarry. And now you can see something cool. It's like you hit once and you level like twice. This is also, as you can see, is very effective against this guy. So you increase your swordsmanship horrendously. So what you can see is like by killing or defeating just one Mapinguari, I made 10 levels in swordsmanship. And this is absolutely insane. This is what you may want to and aim for. Since once again the swordmanship is absolutely necessary to have this one later on at level 55 or something, there are also some other arrows inside this dude. But once again, we also get quite some good amount of XP for strengths to increase once again all of our inventory space. Meanwhile, hitting all of that with the sword, you also increase deftness. So keep that in mind. This is also helping you out. And you can also go and drag one or get your copper knife out and even do quite good amount of exp with that as well. Later on you will keep on going probably only with the knife, but you also want to take your hammer, for example, and increase your strength quite some good amount here as well. So once again, as you can see, I'm just level 20 or hit level 20 with just the sword. So as you can see, this is the way where you want to go and level all your weapons. Once again, swords are very effective to the Mapinguari. The hammer is the best solution on the other side, on the other dude I was talking about, which has 1500 HP over here. Once again, we don't care about that if we are dying, but with the sword, we are fast enough to not even lose any HP over here, so we can keep on going with the sword, hit down several of the Mapinguari, and make sure that our swordmanship is going to increase a good amount. Why do we choose this? Because it's faster to level up with the 700 HP, or yeah, his 700 HP. So we're gonna get the 700 into EXP for all our levels over here. So this is taking the least amount of time, I would say, just to increase the value of your weapons. Once again, swords are quite fast, as well as Mapinguari is or the sword is very effective against the Mapinguari, and we can keep on leveling swordmanship super fast with that. And that's what you may want to take into your advantage. As you can see, he currently only drops arrows like snakewood arrows and this other arrows over here. So probably this is not the one which I meant to have the good drops. But once again, this is the guy you want to start leveling all your skills with, like increasing strength. As you can see, my strength was quite low, and now I have a 73 in total already in case of free inventory space. And I can keep on going with that. I can once again level all my weapon skills as well as increase strength as much as I want to and as much as I can, basically, to increase it in total. So maybe I want to, for when it comes to strengths, probably we're gonna try to use the hammer, because maybe the hammer is giving us more strength in the long run. I'm not quite sure about this, but swords at least work, as you have seen before. We get quite some good amount of strength when we are using the hammer. But the downside is the hammer is so slow that we are losing HP in this case. Once again, it's nothing bad at losing it, but probably you also want to make sure that you're using your knife instead. But once again, we need to upgrade sword no matter what. So probably the best choice over here is going to be the sword because it is very effective against them, as well as it is fast enough, so we are not losing any health meanwhile fighting here, and that's the way to go. So once again, this is the way where you can, or one of the positions where you can go and increase your swordsmanship. Oh, I overdid it over here. So, and that's what you can do. You can also go after your axe, which is slower, or well, not slower than the hammer, I guess, but still quite slow. So you might want to think about what you want to take or which weapon you want to level up over here. For me, I probably would later on go into knifesmanship because it increased my deftness quite high as well. And speaking of deftness, you might want to go with, I believe we need level 40 later on to find some nice. Oops, I overdid it again to find some nice mining or like mining places inside the Quepple cave where we need to jump over stuff and so on and so forth, where deftness is absolutely helping us to pass by. And there are also some other skills required. We gonna may need to have like woodworking to make a ladder or whatever it was to just go to all these particular fields inside the Quapple Cave just to make sure that we are reaching these particular spots. So if you want to know where these spots are going to be, you can already go once again down in the description. There's going to be a docs document based on Google Docs where you can find all this information, what kind of skills you want or you need to become even better or go faster, whatever, in one or the other direction, as well as where all these mining spots are going to be. Or you just try them out on your own and you just discover them meanwhile you're doing so. Whatever you like and please. So you can take the short route and just check it out, or you take the longer route and find out yourself. So basically, it's just a trial and error where you want to, or where you would go with all of that. So as you can see, pretty decent EXP already. Meanwhile, I'm talking and just selecting these buttons. I increase my free space already to 81. Absolutely decent over here. And I keep on going, of course, increasing my swordsmanship, which is going to be soon level 40. As you can see, I only need to hit him 2 times with my sword now because I increased the level so high. And sooner or later, you are able to one-hit KO the Mapinguari, so it takes you way less time in the long run again, just to speed things up again. And also, when we have like super high skills, we later on can also be more effective against other enemies, which we probably go and farm sooner or later for. Once again, a better net again, like not a medium one, but probably a large or magic one if we are super lucky, as well as going forward in anything else where we need these skills too. For example, once again, we need level 50 or 55 in total to, for example, go into the, I believe, make our way into the wasteland. I mean, there's quite some time to before we are actually reaching this point, since we probably need to waste some money here and there, buying a boat for 1,000, as you already have seen, to go to another place for better fishing places, and so on and so forth, discover new areas, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna keep on going over here just to increase my swordsmanship a bit more, and then we should be able later on, especially when we reach level 50 quite soon in swordsmanship, which you can see can be super simply increased over here with no big deal actually. We're gonna be able to pass by the guard of the wasteland, and also we are able to, farm things with just a copper sword. I mean, how cool is that? If you are interested into more drops, you can also go and do anything else here, but by farming once again the Mapinguari, you're gonna increase your value quite good, or better and faster than you may think of. You can also try Kappa if you like to. Maybe you are lucky and you get one or the other net again, because Kappa once again can drop nets, but probably you are not at the right place to try this out. As you can see, we can one-hit KO the Kappa over here, but Kappa doesn't seem to drop anything for us, at least not for the moment. We can still try that. We still get the 90 EXP. Okay, he's dropping fish as well, so probably you can also get a net over here. So maybe you want to mix and match that with Mapinguari and Kappa to probably find another net over here. So whatever comes here, when it is a Kappa, you probably want to hit the Kappa as well, or you want to hit the Mapinguari to increase your swordsmanship way faster than with anything else, because you don't have the find battle time in between, and you can instantly or almost instantly get your 700 EXP over here for your swordsmanship, as well as increasing your strength, increasing your deftness, and so on and so forth. And you can keep on going. Once again, you shouldn't take care of the you don't need any arrows here. You can later on go and sell them. And once again, we can do all of that at that one position. Pretty decent over here. So, and once again, we keep on going until we reach swordsmanship probably to level 50. So we don't need to take care of anything else later on, or need to take care or don't need to take care of that whenever we want to go into the wasteland. So I'm gonna go forward with that. Hopefully make it pretty quick through here. Maybe lucky getting something from the Kappa as well. I'm not sure if they drop here as well, or is it a location based? I'm not quite sure, since this is a lake also, and the other units or the other enemies over here do drop several different things as well. So you might want to go and check the drop list out over here. Maybe sooner or later you're gonna find or discover something which hasn't been discovered yet. Once again, I try to get the kappas as well to probably find another net, but probably gonna take quite some time, even if possible. I mean, nobody knows that correctly except the guy who is actually the developer of this game. So, and 4 more levels, and we are good to go. Once again, we cannot automate that stuff at the moment, but because the we don't have any gnome which is going to take the stuff for us, or or helps us in bringing away trees and stuff like that, or storing them somewhere, and so on and so forth. And oops. There are 100 things or even more you can do. Later on, when you have the auto fighting guy, of course, or auto battle guy, you don't need to take care of anything like that anymore, and your skills will increase according to whatever you have equipped without any problems or without thinking about it. But yeah, as you can see, this doesn't take too long to get your hand onto whatever the skill is you are after. I already hit level 47 in swordsmanship, extremely fast. Same for my strength is almost level 50, as you can see, should hit 50 right now in just a second. There we go. Same for deftness, level 45, pretty decent. The deftness, by the way, declares how fast you are attacking, so you might want to level this one with you as well. So taking the knife or the sword, both of them are increasing deftness at least. I'm not quite sure about the other ones, but these two will do it. And once again, hammer shot probably only boosts the strength. So yeah, that's up to you. Once again, later on when we are going to the other part or the other position where the 1500 HP guy is sitting, where you can also get quite some drops, I mean really good ones, and there we gonna also level up all of these workmanships and stuff like that. But for now, the easiest and fastest way to reach over here is going to be this one. Once again, you don't have to do all of that over here if you don't like to, but I believe the best way is just start early as you can. You don't get much drops over here, this is true, but this is an early place where you can once again level up all your skills quite fast, like strength, deftness, and so on. As you can see, meanwhile I do this, I'm almost hitting 100 inventory space. And just think about that. When you invest like an hour here in this spot, not even an hour needed, but if you do that, fishing and so on and so forth later on becomes even better. Why is that so? Of course, because you have more space and you can fish for a longer time, and then you just, sell everything you got from the fishing, from your fishing tour, I would say, and so you don't have any problems later on. I'm gonna hit swordsmanship of level 50 soon, which is absolutely horrendous and necessary. I try to find more of the Mapinguari over here so I can be faster. Maybe ignoring the one or the other kappa over here because the rate of getting one of this kappa, like, oh, I skipped one already. The rate of getting a better net is probably quite low, and maybe we're gonna go for better nets a bit later on as well. But with the medium net, we are already at a good position. Once again, large net would, of course, be way better, since the large net is giving us a way better efficiency in case of fishing. So we are almost done over here with our swordsmanship level 50, or I am. So once and whenever I'm done with that, I can go and continue, and I will go and travel far more to wherever I want to go to, which should be Higarashi town or Higarashi, I believe, area. So we can go forward and, of course, find another monster which is way stronger than this one. So I go to tapas pretty quick. I'm gonna sell all my things I don't need over here. I have my oak log, my shed, and this arrows. We don't need those, and we just leave our stuff in here. So where we are at the moment is Uragotha town, where we got the riddle done, and now we can basically make our way through all these three ones. For example, we can go to the docks, and we can also mount a boat later on, which we're gonna need 25,000 gold later on for getting tuna. And this is what we are aiming for the next in case of fishing. And also we can go to the east and speak to Slul Kushtaka, which is going to be another fishing dude, which is helping us with fishing up to level 60. So this is what we need to decide later on. Do we want to invest into these guys at the very beginning? Probably not. It depends on how fast we are, as well as how big our inventory space is, of course, because this is all giving us some different possibilities. We need the boat to sail to the ocean fishing platform to get tuna later on, but at the moment we just don't have the money for going into that. There are also, as you can see, more other green areas where we can go to. For example, we can charter a ship to the north, which is unlocking another area. We can check this out as well. And here, the Dark River Bridge will give us carp and salmon later on. And we can also chop oak and birch trees over here already in the Higashi Wood entrance. And also, Higashi is leading us to another way where the level or the HP 1500 monster is sitting. So I go down here, I gather one, two, three cheese. Meanwhile, we are on the road over here. That's it. I just need four cheese because we want to get somebody for three cheese, which is helping us with mining, I guess, until level 15. So I head down the hill, and now, as you can see, we can jump across the gap because our deftness is probably high enough. Otherwise, we would need to repair the bridge, but we would need woodworking level 35. So I rather go and jump across that, and I find Skia the monopod for 100,000 coins. He is this auto smith guy. He is smithing everything you give him to smith, of course, and doing this automatically. But you want to go and avoid this guy at the moment or at the beginning. You want to take the 100,000 for the auto battle guy later on. So then we can also go and guess a hemp over here where we can make strings of for a bow if you need to, but actually not necessarily. And we can take the road out of the forest where we can speak to the grumpy knight. I won't let you pass unless you are better at swords and stuff. So whenever you hover over, you can see swordmanship is needed of level 55. Currently, I have a swordmanship of level 50. So, and to pass this knight, we go back to the Lower Mount Quepple Trail and enter Sushi Shack. And here we're gonna go and buy a shrimp roll. One is enough, and we make sure that we have this in our inventory. Now we go back to the Southern Trail in the wasteland. That's where we are already. And now we eat the shrimp roll, and this one gets activated for 120 seconds. We are now able to pass by the knight with the 55 swordsmanship, because Duel's Rule above of swordsmanship +5 or +5, we're gonna be able to hit the 55 since we did all of that stuff. So now we can speak to the strange fishman if we want to. You won't get further. We're here without a camel, so we can enter the Camel Palooza and later on buy a camel for 45,000. As well as you can see over here is a guy called Tulani Seba the Scout, which is going to be our next biggest aim over here at the very beginning. He needs 100,000 coins so we can hire this guy. And we're gonna make our way through that with fishing, because fishing is going to give us the most stuff over there. And also we can, for example, go and check out the route. Once again, we cannot enter the wasteland without the camel, which means we're gonna need to have another 45,000 first. So, but I would recommend probably save up the 100,000 first by fishing and, selling stuff and so on and so forth. And also the last thing I want to talk about is the Higashi Woods. I believe it was at Higashi Bridge. When we look over here, here's a battle spot. We can find battles of bats, and here is the one which I was talking about, the Gasha Dokuro, which we can also battle against. I believe we need to equip our hammer here for increasing hammer, the hammer slam ability. You leveled up hammership to 28. I did 480 damage with the hammer. Of course, he's doing damage to us as well, but we are able to defeat him. It seemed to be very effective. So use your hammer on this guy, and you are able to get even more stuff over here. I wonder where the dwarf is, which I was looking for. Who is requesting three times? Um, 3 times a cheese, which is going to be a gnome you want to make use of later on whenever you start to, get copper and stuff like that to increase your smithing skill if you like to. And I'm not quite sure where he is. No, he's not in here. He's also not in here. We don't want to get the fishing dude. Once again, he's not helpful for us anymore. But probably I'm gonna charter a ship to the north for 1,000 gold and see where we land. In this case, it's going to be the northern, it's somewhere in between over here, the northern trail, or the northern Isle docks. We can go into the town, and in here we're gonna find another Kushtaka, which is going to give you the skill possibility for fishing up to level 30. So he takes all your fishes up until level 40. You can hire this guy for 5,000. I'm gonna enter all the buildings over here to see where I'm gonna find something. Also, you can buy a gym membership, by the way, here to increase some skills if you want to. I don't go over to this. I can follow also the route. I can also speak to the guy on the campfire, and to the other guys once again, and follow the road now. Now I can also chop maple trees, which is coming from my level 25 wood cutting score. And also we can destroy the rock with our strength because we are strong enough, and we can pass by to the next one. And in here, like in the foot of Mount Yama, let's see where it is, over here in the Northern Isles, foot of Mount Yama, there is a dwarf, Surgord, the dwarf for 3 cheese. He's going to go and follow us. So I'm gonna give him the cheese and continue up the path. So I have a second follower right now, which is taking care of mining. Also, here's the fire hall where you once again can do alchemy. And let's see, what else do we got here in the Northern Isle? Well, basically only this one where we need to smash open a wall. As you can see, with a level 45 Hammer ship. So whenever we have 45 hammer ship, we can smash through that particular wall. Once again, you can always see that where you need to go and through by this little points, that little green indicators over here. Also, there's something where we once again can go to the ocean platform or ocean, as well as later on to the deep ocean waters, which are at the moment not important for us. Until that, it's quite some way, but I believe I'm gonna do that in the next stream of videos. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Maybe you can, yeah, find something more about the game, or maybe you like the game. I don't know. And yeah, if you like that, of course, feel free to share or even subscribe and like this video or subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for tuning in and see you in the next one. Bye bye.